7 players that are about to break fantasy football. Starting off at number 7, I have Ricky Pearsall, and I'm going to be betting on the upside of Pearsall, right? We know wide receivers in the Kyle Shanahan offense just produce, and he had some setbacks in year one. Not going to get into all those things, but at the end of the season, when the opportunity arrived, he showed some flashes. The last 2 games to end the season, he had 8 receptions for 141 yards and a touchdown, then 6 receptions for 69 yards and a touchdown. So other than CMC and Kittle, they're going to need production from somebody else with Ayuk also injured right now. We know that Shanahan likes to can manufacture touches for his playmakers like Debo, who Pearsall is basically the replacement for. So I think he's going to step into some of that role with his athleticism. I think he could be a big playmaker for the Niners next season. I know some people are betting on Jawan Jennings, who he had some good games, right? He put some good games together last season, had a good season. But I'm betting on the breakout coming from Ricky Pearsall. I'm not going to be betting on the 6th-year breakout from Jawan Jennings. So my money is going to be on Pearsall in that Niners offense next season. Now, coming in at number 6, we got George Pickens now on the Dallas Cowboys. And it's hard to say this, but I think Pickens could be like a T. Higgins light. He could be a high-end wide receiver 2, maybe like a 11, 12, a wide receiver 1 with a huge season, but definitely high-end wide receiver 2 upside. Definitely like Pickens this season in Dallas. Still playing on his rookie contract, so I think he's going to keep his head on straight and ball out this year on his second team. Went over 1,100 yards in 2023, which is his second season. Then last year, he had 900 yards with the QB carousel that was going on there in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh also last season, I mean, those are good numbers considering Pittsburgh was 29th in pass attempts last season. Now he's going to Dallas, which is a top 3 pass volume offense, 3rd in pass attempts last season per game. And also the run game seems to be lacking there. You know, it's a little bit iffy there with Javante. Then Jaden Blue also missed some of training camp, was a little bit injured. I like Jaden Blue also, but I think Pickens is just going to get a good opportunity to showcase his talents and earn some money in a contract year. I think he has his best season yet in Dallas coming up this season. Wide receiver 2 finish, I think, is definitely in the realms that 15 to 20 range. So if all goes well, also he's only 24 years old right now, heading into year 4, came into the league at only 21 years old. So if you can still acquire him also, I'd still be trying to. Now, coming in at number 5, my next player is going to be Xavier Worthy on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, we know Rashee Rice suspended for 6 weeks. Kelsey, guys, 35 years old already, going into his 35-year season, already saw some decline the last season, planning his wedding right now. I think this offense is going to rely heavily on the youngster. Year 2, Xavier Worthy this year. I think they're going to scheme him up some touches this season. We already saw last year he finished the season with 3 20-point games out of his last 4. And I think he's going to pick up right where he left off in that Chiefs offense. Now at number 3, oh, sorry, can't count. At number 4, we have Rome Odunze. Now, they lose Keenan Allen. I know they did bring in some good weapons, though. You got Colson Love in there. You got Luther Bird in there, late round flyer. Rome Odunze had top 10 draft capital. And let me give you guys some of the names of the top 10 receivers that were drafted in the last 5 years. You got Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, and Rome Odunze. So pretty good company. Now you might be looking at maybe Marvin Harrison, Garrett Wilson, right? But Garrett Wilson already still had some good seasons, but I think it's going to be dependent on the system. And Rome Odunze is going to be in a good system this season. The Bears bring in Ben Johnson from the Lions, who just did a great job scheming up his players and optimizing the talents. We saw the RBs all had success there. JMO with a breakout season. Amon-Ra still had great production. And even Laporta, right? People were a little bit down on Laporta, but he was still the tight end 8 overall last season. Now the X factor is going to be Caleb Williams, but I think in year 2, I think he's going to take a good step forward with Ben Johnson now there. So they have some more offensive weapons. And I think hopefully that with the better system, right, can help speed up Caleb Williams' decision-making as he was holding on to the ball a little bit last year, trying to make some big plays. So I think good things are in store this year for Rome Odunze. And I wouldn't be shocked if he took over that wide receiver 1 spot this season in Chicago. So if you guys are enjoying the video, be sure to like and subscribe, support the channel. And at number 3, the next player I have is going to be Ollie Gordon in the Miami Dolphins offense. So he's just a very interesting player right now. Miami is just a great spot for RBs. Right now, A-Chain is dealing with a calf injury. He should be set to go for week 1. But I think we're going to see, even with H in there, I think we could still see some good production and opportunity from Gordon. We just had in 2023 Mostert at 30 years old. I think it was 31. It was the RB4 in fantasy points per game. And then that year also right behind him at RB5 in points per game with 17.3 was Achan. So they had 2 top 5 finishes in 2023 with their running backs. And they were both utilized very well. And I think Gordon is a great complement to Achan, just how they Mostert and HN complemented each other. The other back is Jalen Wright, who had a procedure done, and he's gonna be missing multiple weeks. It looks like. But even Jalen Wright, I think he's a speedster, but he's similar to HN. He's undersized. I like Ollie Gordon at 6'2", 225, only 21 years old, super young. And I think he's going to have a great opportunity with or without HN this season, with HN in the lineup or not. And if something were to happen to HN, you still have a lot more upside with Ollie Gordon. So definitely like Ollie Gordon heading into this fantasy season. Now at number 2, we have Travion Henderson. Now this guy I'm trying to acquire everywhere that I can. I think he started off with a bang already in minicamp and preseason, just making play after play. I know they have Ramondre, but he already fell out of favor at the end of the season last year with some costly fumbles there for New England. And I think it will be sooner rather than later that Travion takes over that backfield. Even with a smaller workload, though, I think Henderson can still be productive for our fantasy rosters and make big plays on the ground as well as in the receiving game. And I'm expecting Drake May also to take a step forward in that Pats offense. Got Stephon Diggs now in there. So year 2, Drake May in the NFL. And I think Henderson finishes as an RB1 in fantasy football this year. Now at player number one, we have Emeka Egbuka. Now everything is just lining up for this guy to have a big year right out the gate. You have Godwin is out to start the season. McMillan lands on IR. Even Cade Otton is dealing with a leg injury. He barely came back. He's been limited in practice. So Egbuka, I think, is going to come out blazing to start the season in a great offense that just produces for fantasy. So Baker is just comfortable there in that system, and the playmakers are just thriving. So last season, Godwin was a wide receiver 2 in points per game. Mike Evans was the wide receiver 11 in points per game with 17.2. Bucky Irving also had a great breakout year. And even Cade Otton was the tight end 12 in points per game. And we even saw Jalen McMillan, right, down the stretch there when given the opportunity at the end of the season. He had 5 top 20 finishes, and even one of those was a top 10 finish in the last 5 games. So definitely, I think the ball is just teed up for Emeka Egbuka to come out and smash this season. So if you can still make some offers and try and get him on your roster, I'm definitely trying to do so. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. And he's got the catch.